So according to Terrence Crawford trainer Bernie Davis, Canelo hasn't said anything about a rematch. They haven't heard anything from his team. So we're gonna talk about it on the other side of the intro introducing itself. Let's do it. Okay, Ring Culture, welcome back to Ring Culture. Before we get into this video, go over to my reaction page, the Nuclear Reactor. Check out my sports reactions. Y'all would love it over there. But back over here, Ring Culture, make sure y'all like and comment down below. That's how y'all get me into the algorithm. And then I'll go get them when my content hit them and fit them and sit with them. Subscribe and hit the bell notification so y'all can be notified for every time I upload, share my videos, and hype my channel. So according to Terrence Crawford's trainer, Bernie Davis, Canelo team hasn't reached out for a rematch at all. Now, I'll be honest with you. When I first heard that Canelo exercised his rematch clause, I didn't believe it. I do know like some of the stuff that we hear in the ether and online are just rumors that's made up. I don't know if Bernie's telling the truth. I believe he is, but that doesn't mean it's actually true. But I mean, I don't see Canelo wanting a rematch. Look, contrary to what some say, a minority of people say, Crawford beat Canelo ass, man. I mean, Canelo maybe won 3 rounds. I really think he only won 2, and it was close. He got his ass whooped, and Crawford actually rocked Canelo, and Crawford also said that Canelo doesn't even hit as hard as he thought he would hit, which is what I thought anyway. But I'm gonna get into the Canelo power after we listen to what Bernie Davis said. So check this out.
Gotcha. What are your whole thoughts on, it's Canelo is saying that he wants the rematch with Crawford. He also said that, there's talks going on right now. I'm not sure if it will be in May or September. How does any of that like come across to you, man?
That's fake news. Canelo ain't said nothing. Nobody heard Canelo. That's just people putting that out there. These internet people just putting up a tag and saying that. Canelo has not said nothing about no rematch. That's just people just making up stuff to talk about.
So I guess in your view, do you think Canelo would want that rematch? I mean, if anything else,
No,
Canelo, when he loses,
no,
he always wants to run
no,
it back, man. You don't think he would run it
no,
back?
no,
Uh,
no.
well, would
I
you?
don't think he. I don't think that. I don't think that. Like his, it's not because of his heart, because of his guts. Like he want to do it, but there's no way he can win that fight.
Hmm,
He cannot beat Crawford. He
got
can't beat him. And he was trying. I was watching that fight. He was when Crawford was punching. He was punching when Crawford was punching. He was throwing to the body when Crawford was going to the head. He was trying everything he could, but then he didn't. He didn't have no answer. And he said that I just didn't have no answer for him. So there's nothing going to change about Crawford. Unless he something dramatic happened where he heard something, and it was something like that. But far as a Crawford as full. Who gonna beat him? Nobody can beat him.
I mean, come on, man. I've been saying this about Crawford for years now. Crawford makes elite fighters look like amateurs. That's what he does. He's that great. He's like Jordan. Matter of fact, they give Crawford the same treatment they give Jordan. He's so great that every time he beats a great fighter, they have to downgrade the great fighter and say, you know how they say Jordan played against plumbers, which he didn't. He played against great players, all-time great players. Same with Crawford. Spence. They downgraded Spence. They downgraded Postal. They downgraded Mean Machine. They downgraded Gamboa. They downgraded Canelo after he lost. You know what I'm saying? So Crawford, the toughest fight I think I've ever seen Crawford have was against Madrimov, and I only think Madrimov won 4 rounds. You know what I'm saying? But y'all heard Canelo after the fight. You think somebody that says this wants a rematch?
Maybe I can figure out Crawford, but my body cannot go anymore. So I try it, but my body just no let me go. You know what? Sometimes you try and your body cannot go, right? That's my frustration. Maybe I can figure out Crawford, but my body cannot go anymore. So I try it, but my body just no let me go. We knew Crawford is a great fighter, and I did what I supposed to do, right? I tried for every way, and I trained really hard, and he deserved all the credit. No, I try my best tonight, and I just cannot figure out the style.
Was it something specific, the movement or his speed or power, or what? Was there something you could put your finger on that gave you the most trouble?
Everything.
Okay.
He have everything.
And lastly, for me, champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terrence Bud Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
So I know we hearing it's been reported a lot by a lot of great channels, man, like Blue Blood Sports, Dante's Boxing is one. Those are two of my favorite. Coach Malachi, that Canelo exercised his rematch clause. Now, the only reason I think that he might, well, no, I'm not going to say it like that. You know, Canelo, if he really is a true competitor like that, you know, he probably want to get it back. I do think he's a true competitor, but I just don't think Canelo can beat Crawford. I've been saying this since the fight was announced that I thought Crawford was going to beat Canelo. I thought he was going to beat him up, not knock him out. Because I've watched Crawford fight so many times, and he is just a generational boxer. I think Canelo is too, but even at the top, there are levels, and I think Terrence Crawford is he's just top tier. He's top tier boxer. And he's been ducked for a lot of years by a lot of fighters, but he still fought some good, some above average and great fighters, even though he was being ducked. And then you see when it came around, some of the guys that was ducking him that actually fought him, he beat their ass. You know what I'm saying? So I don't. And speaking of Canelo power, I always thought Canelo power was overrated. I mean, this guy, he has what, 60? How many fights does Canelo have? So Canelo had 63 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, but he only had 39 knockouts. He has 39 knockouts. Crawford knockout percentage is way higher than Canelo's. So I always thought Canelo power was overrated, but that's what the people in mainstream media do. They overhype some guys and downplay other guys. And they downplayed Crawford for years, who should have been hyped up. And they overhyped Canelo's power, not him. I think Canelo is an all-time great fighter, but his power was overhyped. And we saw it when he hit Crawford. He didn't crush Crawford. Crawford said it after the fight that he didn't even hit as hard as he thought he would. And that mean machine hit him harder than Canelo did. So Canelo don't want no more. He don't want nothing with Crawford. He don't want no more smoke, cuz. So at least I don't think he does. Another reason why Canelo might want to take this fight is because of the payday. Now, he owes Turki Al-Sheikh 3 more fights. And unless he retires, which he's probably calculating what is the best next fight for him. And we know Crawford is looking at, what is it, Laura Genevieve fight, because he wants to get a title at 160. So maybe Crawford didn't say, look, if this is true, I won 100 million. But you heard Bernie Davis that no one from Canelo camp reached out for a rematch. And y'all heard Canelo. Canelo knows he can't beat Crawford. And he also knows that Crawford wobbled him. When the hell did you ever see Canelo wobble? I can't remember ever seeing Canelo wobble. Crawford, I believe, will stop Canelo in the rematch. But so I don't see a world where this rematch is going to happen. And Crawford is probably going to be watching the Janet Glover fight closely to see which one of those guys come out victorious, so he can try to collect the belt at 160, which I think he will do. But y'all let me know what y'all think down below. People from the boxing community and my ring culture family. And always remember, we are ring culture, because the whole point of the culture is to win rings for the culture. I love y'all. Peace.